They vanished without a trace, taking with them 69,000 bitcoins, worth over $3.6 billion at the time. In one of the biggest cryptocurrency heists the world has ever seen, two young brothers from South Africa, Ameer and Raees Cajee, shocked investors, governments, and crypto enthusiasts alike. They were the founders of a company called Africrypt, and in 2021, they pulled off a vanishing act so bold it left the entire financial world speechless. How did they do it? Where did the money go? And will they ever be found? This is the unbelievable story of the Cajee brothers, the ghosts of the crypto world. But before we move forward, if you're enjoying our videos, please give this video a like and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Your single like motivates us to create even better content. Let's rewind to where it all started. In 2019, two teenage brothers from Johannesburg, South Africa, Ameer, just 17 years old, and Raees, even younger, launched a cryptocurrency investment platform called Africrypt. Their promise? Unrealistic profits. They claimed to have developed a highly advanced, AI-driven high-frequency trading algorithm, a system so powerful it could supposedly detect market movements before they happened. They said their system could make money whether the market went up or down. For investors, it sounded like the dream, passive income with massive returns. The brothers portrayed themselves as tech prodigies. Social media was filled with pictures of them living a luxurious life: luxury cars, international vacations, designer clothes, and even private security. Their image was carefully curated, and it worked. Wealthy investors, businessmen, and even ordinary people started pouring their savings into Africrypt. Some people mortgaged their houses, while others took out loans to invest. It was hype at its finest, and Africrypt kept growing. In fact, Africrypt promised up to 10% in daily returns, numbers that even the world's best hedge funds can't imagine. But still, investors ignored the red flags. Why? Because the money was flowing in, at least for a while. Africrypt's returns seemed real. Users received payments, statements showed profits, and the brothers continued to win trust. As more people joined, the system kept running. But like many Ponzi-style schemes, this kind of setup doesn't last forever. Then came April 2021. Africrypt suddenly sent an email to all its clients. The message was simple, shocking, and suspicious. We've been hacked. All funds have been compromised. But what stood out the most was the next part. They asked clients not to report the matter to the police or lawyers. They said involving authorities would slow down the recovery process. That one line was enough for many to realize something is very wrong here. By that time, users couldn't access their accounts. Logins were disabled. Customer service stopped responding. Withdrawals were frozen. And most alarming of all, the brothers, Ameer and Raees, had completely disappeared. A few bold investors ignored the warning and contacted authorities. What followed was an investigation that revealed one of the most sophisticated and shocking digital thefts in crypto history. The so-called hack turned out to be a cover-up. Blockchain analysts found that 69,000 bitcoins had been quietly drained from Africrypt's wallets weeks before the email was sent. These funds were routed through multiple mixing services and privacy-enhancing platforms, essentially digital laundromats designed to make the crypto untraceable. Even Africrypt's own employees came forward, saying they were locked out of internal systems long before the announcement. Some claimed they were kept in the dark, while others hinted they knew something wasn't right, but were too afraid to speak up. It became clear that the operation was well-planned and executed with precision. This wasn't a last-minute panic move. It was a slow, deliberate extraction, a digital escape. So, who were the Cajee brothers really? That's the mystery. They weren't elite hackers. They didn't have MBAs or technical degrees. They were simply two young minds who understood how hype, image, and manipulation work in the age of the internet. They created a fantasy of innovation, success, and quick wealth, and they sold that dream beautifully. For many, they became role models, but behind that polished image was a calculated con. What makes this story even more terrifying is the legal gray zone in which it happened. At the time, South Africa had no clear regulations for cryptocurrency businesses. Africrypt wasn't officially registered as a financial service provider. This meant that, technically, the Cajee brothers may not have broken any traditional financial laws. There was no insurance, no oversight, and very little that the government could do. In a way, the brothers exploited not just people, but the system itself. Even Interpol got involved. A global manhunt was launched. Yet to this day, no arrests have been made. Rumors have placed the brothers in various parts of the world: Dubai, London, Tanzania, even Australia. Some believe they've undergone plastic surgery and changed their identities. Others think they've invested their stolen crypto and are quietly living off the profits. After all, with decentralized finance and no names attached to wallet addresses, tracking stolen crypto is like chasing shadows in the dark. In the aftermath, Africrypt investors were left devastated. Some lost their entire life savings. Families were ruined. Retirements were wiped out. Lawsuits were filed, but because of the legal loopholes, justice has been slow and, in some cases, non-existent. Even today, some of the affected individuals continue to fight legal battles, hoping to recover even a small portion of what was lost. This story is not just about two brothers and stolen bitcoins. It's a reflection of a larger issue: how easily people can be manipulated in the digital age. It shows how trust, once broken, can leave lasting scars. And it teaches us that no matter how promising an investment sounds, greed can blind us to the most obvious red flags. So, what should we learn from this? First, always be skeptical of unrealistic returns. Second, never invest money you can't afford to lose. And third, understand the risks of unregulated markets. In crypto, there are no banks to protect you, no regulators to chase criminals, just code, anonymity, and, sometimes, deception. Today, the Cajee brothers remain fugitives. Their story continues to be discussed in financial circles, YouTube documentaries, Reddit threads, and courtroom hearings. But until someone tracks down those bitcoins, the mystery remains unsolved. And who knows, maybe they'll reappear one day in a new country under new names with new schemes. Until then, let this story serve as a reminder. In the crypto world, not every genius wears a suit. Sometimes, the smartest scammers are those who simply disappear. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more real-life stories that will blow your mind. Thanks for watching this video.